Hey there, welcome back to another video. This time it's a mini rant on something that if you're a collector of physical media, you can relate to, and something that is just unbelievably astonishing when it happens. And what I'm talking about is really piss poor, terrible packaging, and another example of lack of quality control. Um, I was not planning on doing a video on this particular topic, on shoddy packaging, but I recently picked up a used copy of the Godfather Trilogy, Omerta Edition, and the packaging in this particular set is so mind-blowingly terrible that I had to do a video about it. And to also warn people that this set is a disaster and that any fan of The Godfather or someone who's just kind of curious about the series should stay far, far away from this set. Now, at first glance, it looks fine, doesn't it? It looks fine, you know. All right, looks like a book. Okay, all right, all right. It's got a quote on the back: "Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer." All right. You open it up, and there's more quotes from the film in there, and then you got the container that holds the movies in there, and I don't have the discs in the case right now for good reason, because this is the worst thing about this case. This is inexcusable. This is an egregious failure by Paramount. And so when I first got this set, I looked at this and I saw all the discs that were in here, and I was like, okay, all right. At first glance, I thought everything was okay. But then, when I opened it up and I was going to try to take the discs out to test them to see, how they played, or watch some of the trailers or something like I normally do, I couldn't get the discs out. I was like trying to pop it out, and the disc was bending, and I was like, this is really bad. And I for the life of me, I could not get the discs out of the fucking case. I was like, if I go any further here, they're going to snap in half. And I managed to get a couple discs out somehow without them breaking. But there was one that was already broken in the case, more than likely because the previous owner tried to take it out of the case and fucking cracked it. And I'm not going to blame the previous owner. I'm going to blame fucking Paramount. Well, I'm going to blame pair of pricks. So at first, because it's black, doesn't look like much. You see some ring damage though. But then when you turn it around, I don't know if it'll show it on camera, because it's going to show a reflection of everything. But you can see it right there. You can see a crack. It's split. It's completely split. Cracked right there. Right on the image. Right on the part of the Blu-ray that you cannot afford to be cracked. And the reason why it happened, I'm going to get to that soon enough. I just wanted to show you even more damage that's done to these fucking discs. Okay, so I managed to get The Godfather, the first one, out of there. Alright. But there's already cracks starting to form in the middle. I don't know if you can see them. Probably not, because the webcam doesn't have the best focus. But there's cracks starting to form, which makes me leery of even trying to play those in the player, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to ruin my 4K player with the Blu-ray of The Godfather fucking blowing up or shattering inside of the case, inside of the player. Godfather Part 2, managed to get that one out. This one seems to be pretty good. Not really any sort of cracks or anything, but I don't know what the stress damage has been on this thing. So I honestly don't want to take a chance on these. Even if there's discs that look alright. Because I don't know what the hell is going to happen. The bonus features disc. Let me take it out here. This already has cracks in the middle. It's got cracks. Probably can't see them because of the fucking reflection, but yeah, there's cracks. And it's got a ring. Do you see that? That's not good. That's more than likely disc rot. So you got a disc that's rotting and cracked. Wow, Paramount. This is the respect you pay to one of what is considered to be by many a really great trilogy. Well, I mean, not part 3, but the first 2 films are considered to be two of the best films of all time by critics and a lot of audience members. And this is the type of respect that you pay to this franchise for some little limited edition set. So the discs being cracked, okay, all right, and that's pretty fucking shitty. But here's why they are cracked, because some fucking dipshit at Paramount decided that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have this case, and I am going to not have. I'm not gonna have the normal type of case you have for a Blu-ray set. It's a plastic hard case where the discs go into the case nice and smoothly, no problem. Just press the thing in the middle, they pop out. It's good. Even the ones where they're like you slide them in and out, and it's there is no little thing that you press to pop them out. That's okay too. Like the booklets. No. Some fucking dipshit at Paramount decided that, you know what, we're going to do hard plastic that you can't even press. It doesn't move. It doesn't give. And that isn't bad enough. We're not even going to make it round. I don't know if you can see this, but that is not it's not circular. It's not the same fucking shape as the disc. No wonder these discs cracked. No wonder it was really hard to take them out. Because, you see this? It's a circle! You see this? You see this fucking shit? It's a fucking hexagon or some fucking bullshit. It's not a circle. This is literally trying to shove a square peg into a round hole. It's unbelievable to me. And they charge like extra money for this shit because it's a limited edition for a set that's got a fucking hexagon or fucking I mean, I don't know if it's a hexagon. Maybe it's a hexagon, but it's not fucking round. It's bad enough that it's these hard plastic, but they're not even the right shape. So these discs probably were damaged just during production, just putting them into the fucking case. So all these other bells and whistles where you get like some postcards and like, some photos and shit with quotes and pictures and this booklet, which just talks about more Godfather shit you can buy or spend money on, and then some magnets with quotes from the trilogy, and this other shit, which I think is like a trivia game or something. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, it's a trivia game. So Paramount spent all this money for all these bells and whistles. Maybe they spent too much money on that shit, and that's why they ended up cheaping out and just going ridiculously cheap and horrible on the most important part of the set. The case and the discs. So, yeah, I didn't pay a really high price for this used, but anyone who paid full price for this fucking shit, I feel sorry for you. I feel bad. And if you still have this set, I don't know. I would probably say approach this set with extreme caution, even the one you have, because more than likely there's maybe a disc that might be rotted. There already might be stress fractures on the discs, and And maybe, you know, you just leave it on the shelf to look nice, because if you try to take the disc out, you're gonna risk breaking the fucking disc. I've never seen this before. Even the cheapest fucking DVD and Blu-ray sets from Mill Creek, where they just put discs in sleeves, is better than this, because the discs aren't getting broken. They aren't shoved into a fucking hexagon. I mean, fucking Christ. Um. So yeah, the only other set I can think of that was, I guess, even remotely close to being as bad as this was the original Blu-ray set for Back to the Future. I mean, that was so bad that they had to have instructions onto how to take the discs out of the case. But even that, once you got the instructions, you were able to figure it out, and it didn't break the disc. Unlike this fucking bullshit. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've said my piece. I've done my rant. Stay far, far away from the Omerta Edition. Avoid it like the plague. Buy the other sets. Don't buy this. Even if you're a fan of the films, just don't do it. If you're curious, definitely don't do it. It's just not worth the risk at all. So, those are my words of warning and my rants on pair of pricks, Paramount's just absolutely unbelievably horrible design for this Godfather Omerta Trilogy box set. I mean, it's so horrible and so infuriating that I want to take that mountain that shows up in the intro for Paramount films and shove it straight up their fucking ass. Because it's so egregious. It is so fucking awful. It's so infuriating. I'm not even a big fan of these films, but I'm pissed. I'm really upset because this is just unbelievably awful. This is unbelievably lazy and just demented packaging. Really, demented is a great word for it, because only somebody who's fucking crazy would come up with packaging that is guaranteed to damage the fucking discs. So anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you later. See ya.